Subscribe to ABN Media Network and become part of our family and learn so many new things.
Heart a One-Night Bride Heart. Episode 1. Hey, where are you getting ready to run off as a bride? Don't tell me you plan to run away from here. What fate is mine? My destiny has these four walls written for me. Even if I wanted to, I cannot run away from them. Where would you run to, Roshni? She flipped her long, thick black hair from her shoulder to her back, sat down on the bed, and said, in this day and age a woman is not safe even inside her own home among her people, and you are thinking of going outside. Do not even think about it, Roshni. Our own people have become our enemies. Look at me. After my parents died, my husband remarried and, because I could not bear children, he threw me out of the house. That is why I hate men. Men are selfish and only hungry for the body. A man wants a woman in bed who will answer every desire, but at home he wants a pure wife whose past is spotless. But he never thinks that if he changed himself, no woman's reputation would have to be stained. Why does no one ever ask a man what proof he has that his own record is clean? If a man commits adultery, he is forgiven because he is a man. Because he is a man, falling is excused. But a single mistake by a woman becomes a thorn in her throat for life. It neither goes down nor comes out. That is why I hate every man in this world. Enough, Rumla, such hatred is not good. One day you will have to get married. If you keep this much hatred in your heart, life will become very difficult for you. No, Roshni, let me be. I will not marry a man. I will remain as I am and be the ornament of these walls. Men in this world are worse than these gungurus. At least gungurus do not betray or leave. They become what adorns someone's foot. If placed on another foot they lose their charm. God forbid, ma'am, may God protect you from this filthy life, amen. Stop, Roshni, do not give me a prayer I cannot accept. If my father were alive, maybe I would have said amen to your prayer. But I cannot now, because a father who could not keep his hand of affection over his daughter, who could not call his daughter in front of the world, such a father I would rather not have. If my father had promised to pull my mother out of this pit of humiliation, he would have fulfilled it. But he did not. For him it would have been easy to marry my mother, but he was afraid of making her the ornament of his house because he was the heir to a respectable family and my mother was a stain on that mud. Men from respectable families can lay out beds for us lowly women, but they cannot build homes. To build a home they need a respectable woman who will belong only to them, who will not even allow a stray thought toward anyone else. Yet they themselves will keep their eyes on every woman in the world. They have no fear of God. I do not understand how women remain silent about a man's unfaithfulness, only so their home does not break and their name does not get stained with divorce. Those women should drown and die. They give men freedom and then cry in hidden corners. Madam, you are still young. You cannot understand these things. Better to live on bread of honor than a life of humiliation 1,000 times over. A hypocritical man, however bad, can be pierced by the sight of another woman. My husband did not divorce me by his own hand. He gave in to the pressure of his mother and sisters. My brother did not protect me because they had branded my reputation with immorality and used that as the reason for divorce. It is not necessary that every man is like that. My life passed as it did, but never pray for such a life for yourself. Here men treat a woman like meat in a shop. They come to tear at the body and then cleanse themselves with a bath, while we women keep filling our record of deeds with sins. Who knows how we will stand before God? Will we even be forgiven? Only for the sake of their belly we sell ourselves to these ravenous beasts whose hearts may already be dead. But one thing is clear, Roshni. Rumla cut Roshni off mid-sentence. The men who come here tear at your body and cause pain, but you do not feel sorrow afterward because you have no expectations from them. So in my view this life is better. Do what you want, ma'am. I pray day and night that some decent person comes and takes you away from here. It is not necessary that every man is like this. Just see the one who is coming today. Every year he comes here on this day and his demand is only one bride for the whole night. She sat in the room with her face covered by a veil. For the past 3 years, this routine had continued, but he had never once touched her. He would simply sit silently on the floor, drink, and punish himself for something only he knew. He looked like someone from a good family, but no one knew what tragedy had struck him that brought him here, the same day every year. Well, that's a story I haven't heard before, Rumla said, half mocking. Roshni shook her head sadly. It's not a story, Rumla Bibi. It's true, he's an honorable man, he pays a heavy price for that one night. If he wanted, he could do whatever he pleased, but God is my witness, he has never even looked at me improperly. I go into the room at night and return in the morning just as I went in. Even I'm surprised such men still exist in today's world. Stop, Roshni, don't call him honorable. If he really were so decent, he'd never come to a brothel. He'd find another way to distract himself. What sense does it make to rent a bride just to ease his heart? I don't know what pain he carries that made him live like this at such a young age. Anyway, what does it matter to us? You've distracted me with your talk. I was supposed to get ready. Give me that red bridal dress, Roshni. Tonight, I'll go in your place, to his room. I want to see for myself who this, honorable man, really is. Where did such a saintly man come from in today's world? Have you lost your mind, Bibi? Do you want to get me killed? If Bua finds out, tonight will be the last night of my life. Roshni snatched the dress from her hands, trembling. Nothing will happen, Roshni. Give it to me and help me get ready. Don't worry about Bua, she's out of town and won't be back soon. You don't know when she might return, Rumla Bibi. I can't deceive her like this. You're leaving for the university tomorrow. Focus on your painting and studies. You shouldn't get involved in all this. If not today, then one day you'll have to face it, Roshni. Why not today? What are you afraid of, Bua, or that he might do something wrong to me? I'm afraid of both, Bibi. Oh really? A moment ago, you were calling him honorable, saying he never even looked at you, and now you're scared. That's because you're young and beautiful. What if he changes tonight? You're so lovely that anyone would lose control after seeing you, especially a drunk man. For God's sake, give me that dress back and go to your room. No, Roshni, once I decide something, I never back out. Get me ready and take me to that room. And make sure no one notices I'm not in my room. That's your responsibility. But Bibi, no buts, Roshni, I'm wearing this. She snatched the dress and went into the washroom. A few minutes later, she came out and sat before the mirror. Get me ready, she ordered firmly. Helplessly, Roshni began dressing her up. Think again, Bibi, if something happens tonight, it'll destroy both of us. When Roshni finished, she made one last attempt to stop her, but Rumla lowered the veil over her face. Come on, Roshni, take me to that room quietly. Then go to my room and lie on my bed. If anyone checks, it'll look like I'm there. Pulling Roshni by the arm, she led her out. Roshni nervously opened the door to the appointed room and motioned for her to go in, then hurried back to Rumla's room. Is this a brothel room or a bride's chamber? Rumla looked around in surprise at the lavish decoration and sat on the bed. These rich men and their strange desires. If only they spent this money helping some poor girl instead, it could change someone's life. She turned on her phone camera, took a few pictures of herself, and then, hearing footsteps outside, quickly hid the phone under the pillow and sat down, lowering her veil. The door opened. A man in black shalwar kameez, with a shawl over his shoulders, entered quietly. Without even glancing at her, he sat on the sofa. Rumla sat with her head bowed. Her heartbeat quickened. For the first time in her life, she was alone in a closed room with a strange man. His silent presence filled her with a fear she had never known before. He rose from the sofa and walked toward the bed. Rumla's breath caught. She watched his steps draw closer, her whole body trembling. To be continue.